Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I loud? Am I clear? Smash that like button if you're ready. We're gonna get started here in 9 minutes.
Hotel room scale on the desk, counting every ounce I've kept. Airplane windows, dawn and dusk, dreaming about the next big chest. Desert markets, ocean ports, whispers in a hidden court, map lines, red ink, folded corners, X mark secrets in the borders. I'm a golden and silver stacker on the run, circling the globe till the treasure's done. You should subscribe, join the crustacean nation, yeah. Free silver, free gold, for the whole foundation. Golden and silver stacker, never alone, never. Every dream turn it into stone. You should subscribe, join the crustacean nation, free silver and gold for Old ship bell in a coastal town, a rusty safe getting dragged out now. Ancient coins in a dusty tray, shine 'em up, watch the years fall away. Border trains through the midnight haze, customs line, keep the nerves in place. Secret pockets on inside my coat, every bar another little vote. From Tokyo nights to Rio sun, from Arctic ice to island drums.
Who's ready?
Every stamp on my page,
Who is ready?
another drop in the way.
They told us we were done.
Silver stars,
They told us silver and gold were through. But we are unshaken. Smash that like. We're getting started here in 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
voices rise like a tidal wall.
This is Chasing That Mill, M-I-L-L. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Stacks of silver, stacks of gold, digging treasure, riches untold. International stacker, here to say, shiny vibes coming your way. Silver shines, gold's the glow. Stack it high, watch it grow. Giveaways for all, feel the thrill.
4 minutes and 30 seconds, we'll be live. Smash that like button, share the stream. I've got some massive news this morning. Wow. Get ready for it.
Hunting, one of a kind. Join the crew, let's explore. Stack up wealth and so much more.
shining bright. Roll the dice, take a chance. Treasure calls, we're in a dance. Silver shines, gold's the glow. Stack it high, watch it grow. Giveaways for all, feel the thrill. International stacker that mill. So hit
Let's
that
go.
go. Join the quest, riches await. You're the best international stacker. Stacking strong, silver, gold, where you belong. Chasing that mill. So hit that sub, join.
Thank you,
the
Bad
quest,
Monkey.
riches
Glad you
await.
enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get started here in 3 minutes. Smash that like button. Get ready to throw a crab in chat. Who's ready?
Where you belong.
Let's go.
Chasing that mill. Chasing that mill. Crabs are grooving side to side. Ocean waves where dreams collide. Claws are up, the beat we chase. Treasure gleaming, golden space. Get your claws up, don't delay.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Top off your coffee. Grab a snack. If you're overseas, top off that whiskey. Who's ready? Let's go.
And silver is the key. Crustacean nation dance.
I've got late breaking news, big news overnight, silver and gold on the move. Massive, massive news coming in just a minute and 40 seconds.
Gold and silver, who wants it all? Are you ready for the mega gall? We're the crew, the Shell Brigade. Treasures found, the music's played. Get your claws up, don't delay.
Shotgun, I said if you're overseas. I said if you're overseas. If you're in the U.S., top off the coffee. Or Canada. Or South America, rather. Who's ready?
Crustacean nation, dance with me.
Let's get it. 1 minute warning. Drop a crab right now in chat if you're ready and smash that like button. 1 minute.
Tidal rhythm,
Top off that Red Bull, says buy silver.
shiny spoils laid by hand. We're the crew, the Shell Brigade. Treasures found, the music's played.
Let's go.
Your claws up in the sky. International stacker, he's our guy.
Let's go.
Gold and silver is the key. Crustacean nation, dance with me.
Yes. Let's get it.
Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me.
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? The name is International Stacker, coming to you live from Key West, Florida, where I'm closer to Cuba than a Walmart. Over 1,900 now, 1,900 videos around the world on gold and silver adventures. Where are you at in the world, and what are you sipping on right now? Let me know in chat. And boy, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we had a massive, massive run overnight. I'm going to break it down, and then I'm going to share with you some of the news behind it. I'm going to do that here in the next 5 minutes or so. And then we're 12 minutes away, actually 11 minutes and 30 seconds away from the market. The full-time trading occurring in New York. So that's at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's break it down overnight. After the break, silver gapped up again. So now we have two gaps to fill, 78.52 to 78.17 and 81.06 to 81.81 or 80.81, excuse me. And usually the rule is all gaps must be filled. That's true about 90% of the time, so we'll see what happens there. But look overnight. We got up to a high of 86.33, and now we're getting some volume picking up here. Remember, yesterday, we saw a volume pick up 10 minutes before 8 a.m., so we could be seeing that even a little earlier today. So that's silver, a high of 86.33, and I'm going to stop a poll in chat right now. I did a poll overnight, and let's see the results. So the results of the poll overnight with over 415 votes was, what will silver be at when we open this morning at 7:40 a.m., open the stream? 42% of you said 85 to 90. 27% said 80 to 84.99, and 25% said over 90. 6% said under 80. So congratulations to 27%. No, congratulations to 42% of you guys. Congratulations there. Okay, we're going to go over here and check the silver futures. 85.44. So we are not in backwardation. We're in contango, but that could change at any second here. We're going to go here to gold. Gold, similar story overnight. And look, when it opened after the break, remember, every day between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the COMEX takes a 1-hour break, and gold did gap up as well. So we've got a gap in gold at 5,033 to 5,026. Overnight, we hit a high here. Let me bump this up a little higher there. Overnight, we hit a high of 5,119.28. We're currently at 5,073. Gold and silver are on a tear. And ladies and gentlemen, gold to silver ratio again broke down under 60. Overnight, 59.41 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold. But here's the shocker. Look at this. Look at this big volume blow up in the Shanghai Futures Exchange. We'll start to see this trade here shortly. This is certainly going to gap up, I would think. What do you guys think? Are we gapping up? Are we gapping down? Are you team green? Or are you team red? Let me know in chat right now, but I don't see how this doesn't gap up with the energy before it. And let me give you the news. Let me give you the reasons why I believe this happened. And like, that is huge volume. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 92.40. It got to a high of last night. This is the Shanghai Futures Exchange. This is China. 92.40, and it closed at 92.27. So here's the late breaking news. And I'm not going to be able to see your questions in chat here for a minute. Let me cover the news, and then I'll come back to chat. So Rashad, one of our favorite technical analysts, says, very nice for a day for metals. Spot up for gold of 5,100 and silver over 86. That was 1 hour ago. Shout out to Recta Delulu Noob saying, let's go. Okay, here's the start of the news. So let me go down here. I'm going to start down at the first piece. Okay, here we go. So breaking, desperation is kicking in. The big silver exchange vaults are running dry. So just Dario with breaking, starting from the last day of February. Okay, the last day of February. Remember, the Chinese market is going to be closed for Chinese New Year from February 16 to 23. So the last day of February for all silver contracts on the Shanghai Futures Exchange, all the participants who have not obtained hedging transaction position quotas for the near delivery month will have 0 lots delivery allocation. This means, and this is for pretty much the shorts, this means anyone who has a short position on the Shanghai Futures Exchange, they've got to be able to have the hedging position. So there's a hedging position required for physical silver to make that bet. So silver physical shortage is now officially extreme, says Just Dario. But wait, there's more news from going on here. So I said here, breaking, is the big bank cabal setting up for this Friday the 13th? Next week when Shanghai is closed, Peter Spin is saying a record high short position in SLV. Remember, SLV is the ETF, one of the ETFs for silver, one of the major ones institutional investors are in. The short position in SLV rose by a 17.7% up to 73.55 million shares sold short on the New York Stock Exchange and 12.8% of the total SLV shares outstanding, a new record high. Back February 2nd, there were that there was a total of 32.9 troy ounces of silver added to SLV. And I pointed out that time that it was deliberately added the day after the cutoff for the current short report, so it wouldn't show up in it. So that's from Ed Steer. So another piece of news there. What is going on? Let's put everything together here. But more breaking news this morning that I found. So you've got here UAMY is United States Antimony Corp. Antimony is used in like defense. It's used in fire retardants, etc. And America Silver and Gold Corporation, JV joint venture, unlocks U.S. antimony dominance. America's only antimony producer teams up with the America Gold and Silver Corporation to build cutting-edge hydromat plant in Idaho's Silver Valley to supply antimony, silver over 700 ounces per ton, and copper. Mine to metal USA supply chain for critical antimony. Think defense, think flame retardants, chips, etc. Smash China reliance. 18-month build time on this. Government funding chase is on, aligned with Trump's critical minerals push. This is huge for national security and profits. What will the next announcement be? Back to Shanghai, and here again, this is why I think we saw this massive buildup. And guys, we're just 6 minutes away from market open, 5 minutes now. But this is why I think we saw this massive buildup in the Shanghai Futures Exchange, which is what I believe drove overnight the price of silver and gold. Huge for silver bulls. Shanghai Futures Exchange just slammed the door on naked shorting. This is significant. The Shanghai Futures Exchange has effectively extended strict position limits. This change will make large-scale leveraged naked shorting extremely challenging going forward. China cracking down hard after recent attacks and extreme physical shortages. Shanghai Futures Exchange vaults draining fast. No more easy paper shorts. Is the silver squeeze intensifying? Eric Young broke this earlier, and look at this. He's got all the information, all the stuff you could want. It's on my page. Go look at it. And here it is in Chinese. So, breaking, Shanghai Futures Exchange revises automatic conversion of hedging quotas for silver contracts. From the Shanghai Futures Exchange itself, this is going to be the quote. This is going to be the translation here. And this is from Eric Young. Thank you, Eric. It's saying, pursuant to Article 13 violation of the Shanghai Futures Exchange heading trading measures, non-futures companies members, overseas special non-broker participants, overseas, or clients who have not obtained valid near delivery month hedging position quotas will have their general month hedging quotas automatically converted to 0 lots for both long and short near delivery month positions upon entering the near delivery period. The month preceding the delivery month. So basically, that's really confusing. It's a translation, but it basically means danger to the naked shorts. You've got to be hedged, and if you're not hedged, they're going to give you zero action in the market. Here we go. COMEX silver crisis escalating again. Vaults keep draining fast. Registered silver down to 101 million and falling. Contracts are starting to be rolled from March to May. So here's what they're doing, guys. And remember, I was saying that I thought they were going to start to offer people decent premiums to roll it. So we have seen, I believe, about 4,000 contracts be rolled from March to May. So from March to May, they're starting to roll contracts. But will this rolling be enough? So far, nowhere close. Open interest is still at a massive 340 million ounces. Remember, each contract on the COMEX, if you go here, specifications, is 5,000 troy ounces of silver. So if they rolled 4,000 contracts by 5,000 ounces, that's not nearly enough. Will the COMEX have enough physical silver to cover March deliveries or cash settlement, possibly force majeure incoming? This could shatter the paper game forever. Physical silver squeeze intensifying as the COMEX trying to roll contracts like their exchange life depends on it. Who's stacking before it blows? And this is from Carl. And he was saying, new day, 861,000 ounces of silver have left the COMEX. So that's on my X, formerly known as Twitter. Make sure you guys follow me on here. Intl-Stacker, international would not fit. And we are 2 minutes away from the market open. 2 minutes away. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen? Are we going to go higher? Are we going to go lower when the COMEX opens in 1 minute and 30 seconds? What do you guys think? Higher? Are you team green? Lower? Are you team red? We're just 1 minute and 15 seconds away. 1,500 people on the stream. Thank you so much, everybody. Please, please, please smash that like button. We're only 40 likes away from 300. And whoever number 300 is to like, you get good luck for 15 years. It's science. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We're at 63,240 subscribers. That means we're only 60 subscribers away from the next big show. And some say if you haven't seen the big show, you haven't lived. Okay, here we go. We are 45 seconds away here. We got people seeing green. We got channel members putting BGC and buckle up in chat. Ladies and gentlemen, BGC is the big green candle. After the market opens here, I'm gonna cover the watch outs for the rest of the week. So after we open here, I'll be covering the watch outs for the rest of the week. And we are pushing here 85.73 on a pretty big green candle here. Just 15 seconds away from market open. And thank you so much, Tanvir, for subscribing. 10 seconds left. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The market is now open. Fully open. It was open before in the Globex via the COMEX. The market trades 24 hours a day. But at 8 a.m., you start to see the volume pick up dramatically as New York and Chicago and everyone starts to trade. So remember, from 8:15, that's 15 minutes from now, from 8:15 to 8:30 a.m. every morning, we are in the danger zone. And when we're in the danger zone, that's traditionally where a lot of attacks come from the COMEX. Traditionally, a lot of attacks come there. 8:15 to 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I shouldn't say the COMEX. I should say by the big bankers on the COMEX. And ladies and gentlemen, there's something we do on this channel that some scientists say works 90% of the time, every time, to turn a red candle green or a green candle to a BGC. Ladies and gentlemen, I was live streaming not long ago from Boca Raton, Florida, at a pond infested with gators, and you all told me to do the baby gator call.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do the baby gator noise. Here we go. How do you do the baby gator noise? Yeah. I don't know. Whoa, whoa, what was that? It was a giant lizard just jumped. That thing was massive. I thought I actually summoned an alligator for a second there.
I thought I was gonna be like Chubbs on Happy Gilmore and be rolling around with the nub. It was a big iguana actually that jumped on that leaf. A palm frond. Gave me a heart attack. It gave me a adrenaline rush that I haven't had since the last time I was the Crystallite World Champion. 4-time. So anyways, we are 57 subscribers away from the next big show. And we are 12 likes away from 400. Keep smashing it. And yes, P.O. Trek, the baby gator appears to be working as we push higher in a green candle. 85.86. Let's go ahead and check silver futures. 85.18. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in backwardation. We are in backwardation. This purple line, that is not a drill. That's when the silver futures price is cheaper than the current silver spot price. That signals tightness and the big bullion bank vaults, exactly what we were just talking about moments ago before the market opened. So that is our first alert of the trading session here. And look at gold. Guys, we might be getting a DTB formation here. You're not going to find that formation in any technical book. It's something we talk about on this channel, and I dare only say it in low breath. Gold to silver ratio, GSR, continues to go down. We broke 60 overnight. We're at 59.22 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold. And remember, the Shanghai Futures Exchange for silver in China hit a high of 92.40, a day high. It's been much higher than that, obviously. But 92.40 during the trading session, and 92.27 is what it closed. This is going to start moving here in a handful of minutes. So are you team green or team red? Let us know. And someone's asking what contango is. Okay, so it's very easy. If the futures price is cheaper than the spot price, which it is now, that's called backwardation. That is not normal. That's a broken market. People want their silver, and they want it now.
It's my silver, and I want it now. My silver, and I want it now.
It's their silver and they want it now. It signals like instability in the market. It signals tightness in the big bullion banks. Contango is the opposite of that. Contango is when the spot or the futures price is above the spot price. That's a normal market. So contango simply means it's normal. So I hope that helps you there. And let's go back to the news. Make sure you guys follow me on X, previously known as Twitter, Intl-Stacker. International Stacker says, Cody, I do also include gold in my stack, but the key focus behind this message is paramount. Why? Okay. Hans is saying why I don't buy gold. Gold isn't scarce. It's hoarded. Okay. Central banks are piling it up. Vaults are full. Nations compete over it. Gold is already inside of the system. Thank you so much, Midnight Matt, for the $2 super chat. Michael Oliver said $200 to $300 silver by summer. That's mega. That is mega if it happens, for sure. Central banks are piling up. Vaults are full. Nations compete over it. Gold is already inside the system. Silver, that's a different story. Silver is consumed, burned in industry, landfills. Gold predicts structural. Yeah, I mean, I agree with this premise, but I stack gold too. I'm bullish on gold and silver. Okay, but silver I'm way more bullish on because of the fundamentals. None of the fundamentals have changed, guys. Remember, everyone telling you it's going to crash like 1980. It's going to crash like 2011. And not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs. But in 1980 and 2011, there was a silver production surplus in the country. We produced more than we consumed. Right now, we're in a 6-year plus silver deficit. We consume more silver than we produce. Right now, we produce about 835 million ounces a year globally. We consume more than 1.2 billion. We hit peak mining production in 2016, and every year since then, it's dropped 1 to 3%. It's getting worse. Ladies and gentlemen, the only way out of this is new mines, and new mines take 10 to 15 years to build, even if you fast track it 5 to 10. This stuff right here, physical silver, it's the best conductor of electricity, the most reflective metal, some of the best thermodynamic properties. It's even antibacterial. It's in Mrs. International Stacker's yoga pants. And the big banks, governments, countries, the financial experts and advisors tell you to save your blood, sweat, and tears in this stuff. Physical paper fiat currency. And remember, all throughout history, when currency is not backed by physical silver or physical gold, it has literally always 100% of the time gone to zero. And as I plop down this big fat stack of Vietnam dong, I want to remind you, it got so bad in Zimbabwe, they went from $1 million notes to $1 billion notes and literally to $1 trillion notes. And this one silver coin right here, this 5 Bolivar from, where's the date? Where's the date on this thing? From 1912 is literally worth its weight in silver. This one coin is worth more than all this other paper fiat currency combined. And that is why I'm so bullish on silver. The question is in chat, are you bullish on silver? If you are, please smash that like button. I'm only 18 likes away from, 58 likes away from 500. And that, it really helps the channel a lot. So thank you guys. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm at 62,242 subscribers. I give away silver and gold all the time. I gave away over 100 ounces of silver in 2025. So far this year, I've given away over 25 ounces of silver and some gold and pounds of copper. But you got to be subscribed, turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss it. Best way to affect your dollar cost average is to get it for free, some say. So thank you for this, Cody. I do agree with the premise of it, but I also buy gold. So I'll give that a like. And I get his point, but thank you so much, Variable. The big show is on. Join us live. Thank you so much, Variable, for putting that out. That's exactly what they're doing, says Jim. And then Pablo, time for the Bulls to take revenge from the Bears now. And guys, remember, Bald Money Guy, who's a content creator on YouTube and X, he's a great guy, based in Poland. He said a pretty profound statement that I liked. He said, guys, remember, we're in a silver and gold bull market. But bulls buck, they kick, they attack. No one ever said a bull market was going to be smooth. Look at us now, back up to 85.57. Ladies and gentlemen, no one ever said it was going to be smooth. Intestinal fortitude is what's going to be needed. There's going to be bumps in the road. The road is dark and full of terrors. There's going to be bruises. You might be bleeding a little bit. You might get a broken bone along this treacherous path. But I believe, not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs, that he or she, with the fortitude to stay the course, will reap the rewards. And why do I think that? Besides what I just spouted off on the fundamentals changing. And a big shout out to Scott Deckert for that super chat. I'm going to answer that question here in 1 second. Is this right here? I believe we're still here in early adopters. We're getting towards the early majority, but I believe we're still here. FOMO and scarcity doesn't even kick into this here. Early majority to late majority and laggards, right? FOMO is the fear of missing out. This is just a sine wave like that, but once you're here, the price would be like nearly vertical. That's when your fear of missing out. That's when you're in silver shortages, and as Mike Maloney coined, what's called unobtainium, you're unable to obtain it. So I believe we're still early in this. And Scott Dickert says, and thank you for the super chat, says, would you recommend Eagles or 90% junk silver for someone just starting today? Most liquid, best versus best current deal. If you're just starting, Scott, and you're a channel member, so feel free to email me at internationalstacker@gmail.com, and I can answer this more in depth. But if you're just starting with no silver, I would diversify. So say you had like $100, and again, not a financial advisor. If you had $100, I might, or just take your whole position. I might say, myself, I would probably do 60% the best deal, 90% junk silver, and 40% Eagles if you can get them at a good deal. If you're going to be paying $10 premium on them, I would just go all junk silver. But if you could get them at a good deal, searching around a local coin shop or something, I would probably do a 60-40 split, something like that. But again, not a financial advisor. That's just what I would do. But if it's going to be a huge premium, I would just go all the best deal. If you go to my channel, especially for anyone's new, and you go to playlists, down here, I've got a playlist, Are You New to Silver and Gold Stacking? The first video is my top 5 stacking mistakes. And my number one thing I say there is I wish I just always let the deals dictate my buys, because stacking is for the long term, guys. Stacking this stuff right here, not physical paper fiat currency. Let me get this devil's money out of here. But stacking this stuff, physical silver and gold, is meant for the long term to midterm. If you're trying to do it for a short term flip, honestly, physical is not the place for you to be. There's other instruments and stuff to do that. A lot of time people moving in and out quickly of this stuff right here, physical silver, you can lose. Okay, but if you're in it for the mid to long term, I believe that's a no-brainer. So if you're in it for the mid to long term, as long as you let the deals dictate your buys, you're going to end up with everything you want anyways, because once we establish a new high in silver, once things calm down and level out, guess what? Those premiums on Eagles are going to drop again, and then you'll be able to load up on Eagles for $3 to $6 over spot, okay? So if you can't get a good deal on the Eagles, I would just go all the best deal. Perfect song for intestinal fortitude is AC/DC, says AG Farmer. Nice. Amanda saying, is $60 face a good price for silver? Well, let me tell you. I just helped someone yesterday who was getting it for $50 face. They messaged me. So right now, spot price for $1 face at this current time, it's $61.92. So, Amanda, I mean, 60's under spot, so that's a good place to start. Like, you could go to SD Bullion here and get it under spot, probably. Yeah, $1 under spot. But if you go to a coin shop that wants to move it, because coin shops depend on moving silver, you can probably get it for much cheaper than $60 face. You might be able to get it for 55-ish, 50-ish. So do some searching, Amanda, and everybody. If you're buying, search online a couple big bullion dealers, but then call every coin shop within like a 5-10 mile radius of you, however long you're willing to drive. Is it just Eagles in the U.S.? Should we check for the best one in our country? Yeah, every country, Owen, has their best one, okay? So for the U.S., it's Eagles. For England and the U.K., it might be Britannia's. For South Africa, it might be Krugerrands. It depends on what's most liquid and what you get the best premiums on in that country. So Eagles definitely for the United States, and they're good for other countries as well, but each country kind of has their own specialty. Can I use my gold backs to build a coin? You could, Silver Pug. There's ways to refine it and recover the gold, but you'd have to refine a bunch of it, right? Because it's like 1/200th of an ounce, 1/1000th of an ounce, 1/50th of an ounce. So you could. You'd have to do you would have to recover the gold. There's a way to do that. And guys, we are just a minute and 40 seconds from the danger zone here. And we're seeing a little bit of cracks here. We're seeing a little bit of a crack. 2 red candles. Can we hold it off as we enter the danger zone? We'll find out right now. Have you ever paid an online description for a dealer to get discounts, looking to see if it's worth it? No, Floyd, I never have. I don't want to tie myself to one dealer. I go where the best deals are at, so I doubt paying a subscription would work out in the long term. I could be wrong, but I definitely research that. If job report, okay, so who wants the watch outs for the day? Because someone just asked me a question that has to do with the watch outs. Who wants the watch outs for the day? Okay, got that. I'm getting this. Sorry, guys, I'm moving stuff around. We are just 80 likes away from 600, so please keep smashing that like button. And guys, we're only 53 subscribers away from 63,300. Remember, once we hit that, that will trigger a big show. And some say if you haven't seen a big show, you haven't lived. And here's the watch outs for this week. So remember, the COMEX, the 100-ounce contract started. COMEX 100 contract. It's been extremely low volume. I think this is a play to try to trick us institutional or small cap investors, retail investors into this. Extremely low volume. You times that by 100, and that's their volume in terms of ounces. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but that's just something to keep your eyes on as we're waiting for the Shanghai Futures Exchange to open here. The 13th, so 2 days from now, we have a possible government shutdown. So if the government shutdown happens, that will affect the Department of Homeland Security. Okay, so the 13th, watch out for that. Also the 13th, we have CPI data, January release. If the inflation's hotter or cooler than expected, that could affect it. We've got the U.S. nuclear Iran talks going on over there in the Middle East. Remember, we got a whole carrier group out there. Things are definitely heating up at the Strait of Hormuz. A lot of a large amount of the world's oil passes through there, so we could see some tensions there. And next week, February 16th to 23rd, China is going to be shut down for Chinese New Year's. But there's stuff happening today, guys. Today's watch outs. We got the payroll report. We've got unemployment report coming in. So those could affect gold and silver. How? Because those will affect the dollar. If the numbers are negative, it will affect the dollar and maybe put some downward pressure on the dollar. So as the dollar goes down, there's a normal correlation that you tend to see happen. Again, not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet, with upward pressure on gold and silver. So if those reports are negative and the dollar gets maybe some downward action here, it could put even more pressure, positive pressure on gold and silver. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with those reports. Non-farm payroll and unemployment are out. Ooh, they're out, Ali. Ali says they're out. Someone's saying, dang, the dollar is up. Yeah, I mean, it's up. But it's up from a major down. So if you zoom out, is it really up? So that's the important thing with charts, guys. It might look catastrophic if you're in close, but a lot of times all you got to do is zoom out. Let's close that. And we got 1,700 people on the stream. Thank you so much. Keep smashing that like button. Only 40 likes away from 600. And guys, just by liking a video, sharing a video, subscribing, you can change somebody's life. If you started stacking from finding a random YouTube video in your feed, put YouTube in big, bold, capital letters in chat. Ladies and gentlemen, look at all those YouTubes starting to pop up in chat. That's because of people sharing content. So if you like my content or other silver and gold stackers, if we could just earn your like, if we could earn your subscription, 50% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed. So my channel has 63,200 subscribers. Last month, I had over 730,000 people tune in. 730,000. So please like, please share, please comment, please subscribe. It could literally change other stackers' lives. It can make people that don't know about gold and silver get into it. You're literally the gold and silver Paul Revere riding the streets of the internet. So thank you, everybody, for all the support. Silver's definitely not down. Silver's up 5.76% overnight. This is where we started at 5 p.m. last night, and then we gapped up, and then we did this. So silver is not down on the trading session. We're up nearly 6%. Gold is not down on the trading position. We're up 0.81%. Gold started here last night. Now we're here. Okay, guys, we are in the danger zone. And remember, the danger zone is daily from 8:15 to 8:30 p.m. or a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we see the traditional attacks occur by the big bankers on the COMEX. So we're going to watch this unfold. We've got 1 minute left in this candle here. 1 minute left in this candle, and then we're going to see where it goes. Shotgun Susie says, free silver conference online February 14th. Mike Oliver speaker, among others. Thank you for that, Shotgun. Are you a whale of a stacker, says Joanne. I mean, what is a whale? What do you consider a whale? What would you consider a whale? Danger Zone, next channel member emoji. We could. Oh, and a big shout out to all the new channel members. Check out your new custom channel member emojis. And I do channel member only live streams in the War Room. I did one yesterday. There's live streams here on YouTube. What happens in the War Room stays in the War Room. Clothing is not optional. And I did want to take a second to say thank you to all the channel members. And a big thank you to all the Diamond Claws. Really appreciate y'all. There's some more room on here. Who in chat has Diamond Claws?
Diamond Claws.
Yes. And we just finished that candle, red on gold and red on silver. Let's see if we can push back here. Guys, if you've got questions in chat for me, make sure you put at International Stacker so it pops up orange. Let me show you. When you tag me, it pops up orange and I can read it. If not, it's just normal text and it blends in. So if you got something for me, I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. But just make it orange, please. Pete is saying, International Stacker, would you mind putting a bold line on the GSR chart representing a recent all-time low? I have that, but it's look how far we'd have to zoom out. It's way down here. Or I had that. It must have reset. So it's down here at about 43.50. So I'm zoomed in so far in this, you won't be able to see it. But rest assured, it's on there now. 59.25. Okay, going back here. We love flying with International Stackers to Silvercat. Thank you so much. How can I watch the USD in the market? You can just go to Google and type in DXY. Hit enter. And then you should be able to watch it, I think, on TradingView. This is what I use. I think you can get one chart for free. You just click that and then click full chart. And you should be able to see it there. And then if you don't like the line, you can click here and you can change it to candles. That's better. So that's how you do it. Over 3,500 ounces of silver. Yeah. So guys, I've been stacking silver since it was $13 an ounce. It's been stacking hard. And I have amassed over 5,100 ounces of silver. I was over 5,700, but I sold some during COVID because I needed liquidity because one of my contracts fell through. I do emergency management contracts around the world, help people in countries prepare for, respond to, and recover from disasters. So I liquidated some because of that, and I also liquidated some for my wedding. So I'm sitting at 5,100 ounces of silver, about 4.5 ounces of gold currently. Okay. And guys, thank you so much. We are at 63,255 subscribers. Only 45 more subscribers to the next big show. And if you want to check out my collection, guys, just go to my channel, click videos, click latest, and click playlists. And I've got a playlist here of my full stacks. Where is it at? Right here, 35 videos. So from the time I started this channel and started stacking 9 years ago, this has videos, and you can watch my stack grow from 1 ounce to where it's at now. So go to my channel, playlist down here, full stack videos. You guys can watch the history all unfold right there. Holy cow, Fort Knox is going to be banging on your door. They might. They just may. Scott Dickert saying, you think there will be a big smash when Shanghai is closed for a week? I mean, I think they're going to try, but we just covered some breaking news this morning, guys, that I believe caused this drive in silver. We're going to start to see this trade soon. Are you team green or are you team red? Put it in chat right now. This is going to start. Oh, it did start moving. We gapped up. We gapped up. Look at that. Team green took it. Wow, Team Green took it. So do I think they're going to try some shenanigans? Don't say if I hear the word shenanigan again. But are they going to try some shenanigans? Yes. But if the price of silver on the Shanghai Futures Exchange is high, it's dangerous to smash it too low. They can smash it, but it's dangerous to take it too low on COMEX because you will see a physical sucking of silver from the west to the east. I did a video on this. Go to my channel video latest and click this video here. $200 silver is real. China is hoarding silver. Here's why. See that vacuum on the thumbnail sucking the silver from the west to the east. So it's a very dangerous, it's a very, very dangerous thing for them to do. Ooh, someone said, I want to bring Viola to a coin show. She handles very well. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's any singles in the chat, if you're a suitor, I met a nice Polish girl in Poland. She works inside the Germania Mint. She stacks silver and gold and copper all day long. She's looking for a suitor. She's looking for someone. So if you got the best pickup line ever for Viola, put it in chat.
Yep. What's the robot's name?
Viola.
Viola.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's different. She's different. This is unfortunate, to be honest. We never closed that gap from open, so all this gain will most likely deflate to that gap. I mean, it could or could not, Florida, man. It's still bullish to move sideways, consolidate, go higher, and then drop down, fill the gap, retest, and go higher again. That's fine. That's okay action. It's not catastrophic. Remember, 95% of gaps get filled. So far, we've been filling a lot of them. But there's 78.17 to 78.52, then 80.81 to 81.06. So I would much rather be consolidating, moving sideways, having some gaps, bouncing back down, filling those gaps, retesting them, and move higher than I would just to be on a bearish downtrend. You know what I'm saying? Johnny's saying 5,400 ounces of gold. No, not gold. Silver. No, 5,100 ounces of silver, 4.6 ounces of gold. 4.6. I wish I had 5,400 ounces of gold. That would be insane. Ooh, my mega gauze would be crazy. Guys, I give away silver and gold all the time to you.
Mega!
It's my way of giving back to the community. In 2025, I gave away over 100 ounces of silver. So far this year, 25. And the year's just getting started. My next big giveaway is at 100,000 subscribers. And Per AI will be there soon. So keep subscribing, turn on those notifications, be part of the party. And maybe you too can win some silver and gold on this channel. If you won silver or gold on this channel in 2025, put winner in 2025. If you won silver, gold, or copper on this channel in 2026, put winner 2026. Let's see how many winners are in chat. Almost as much as, yeah, I do have one contract. One contract is 5,000 troy ounces, and I got 5,100. So I've got one contract for the COMEX. I can loan it to him. 18% interest. Okay, guys, we've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this danger zone here. And the next big catalyst after the danger zone ends at 8:30 is going to be 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when the stock market opens. 3D Woodwork says, IS, was that your Australian accent test coming out? Maybe. Did I sound crazy? Maybe. Florida Man Racer, roll on the floor laughing. My dad was an extra actor in that movie, Super Troopers. Oh, that's awesome. Does 1/20th Goldback count as a winner? Yeah. Anything counts as a winner. Congratulations. If you're getting free silver, gold, or copper, to me, that's winning. Even if it's a grain to 100 ounces. You guys want to know something crazy? On some of my previous mega giveaways, when silver was in the 20s-ish price, I gave away kilo bars of silver to first place winner. I've given away 2 or 3 kilo bars on this channel just to first place. Job date is coming out, someone's saying. Yeah, a whole kilo. Like if you look here, let's see, kilo. Oh, this is funny, guys. Watch this. So this was I gave this guy away.
I decided to go check out the pool in this place I'm staying in, and I brought something special.
Look at this.
Oh, the CYOT knows.
I put this out. I made this right before the Mega Gaw where I gave away the last
Are
kilo.
you kidding me? And,
This was in 2022. Watch
I brought
this.
a friend with me, guys. He's relaxing right now, just resting his little head.
I gave away this kilo.
But I'm not gonna have him for much longer, so I'm trying to hang out with him. You know.
I gave away this kilo to one of you. That was in 2022 was my last kilo giveaway. Or 2023, something like that. What's your take on copper? Let me grab something. Okay. What's my take on copper, you ask? Well, my take on copper is there's definitely opportunities to be had. If you're in the paper markets, I think there's a lot of short, mid, and long-term opportunities with copper. Do I stack physical copper? No. These were sent to me a long time ago when copper was much cheaper. 3D Predator Casting made one, Scorpion Metals made the other, and Pirate Stacker let me jack this from him in a video we made. Am I an advocate for stacking physical copper? Not really, for a couple reasons. One, it's heavy, it takes up a lot of room, but it's expensive if you're getting it in the rounds and bars. If you can get copper for cheap, sure, why not? If you're an electrician, if you're a plumber and you've got a bunch of scrap you could save up, yes, that is easy money. I do like that. But buying the very expensive copper bars and rounds, they usually have a lot of premium on them, so that sets you up for having to have a big run up in copper to even break even. If you can get them at low premiums, maybe. Do I keep every copper penny that comes in my change? Yes, I do. So that's kind of my viewpoint on copper. I hope that kind of answers your question. And thank you to Drone Buddha for the super chat saying, which is better to stack, coins or bars? I mean, I've always been a proponent of getting a mix of things. If you're talking coins are usually going to do better because they're from a country. Remember, the difference between a coin and a round is a coin is minted by an actual country's mint, whereas a round is just like 999 silver, generic silver, okay? So if it's coins or bars, coins are probably going to do better on resale as long as you can get a better deal on them. But if you're talking bars or rounds, I just like to mix them up. It seems rounds are a little bit more fluid, but I just like to have a decent mix of everything. And we got a big red candle here, guys. The COMEX is fighting back. It's time for a baby gator.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do the baby gator noise. Here we go. How do you do the baby gator noise? Yeah.
It works 90% of the time.
Whoa! What was that? It was a giant
time.
lizard just jumped. That thing was massive. I thought I actually summoned an alligator for a second there.
And ladies and gentlemen, we only use the baby gator when we've got a big red candle that we want to turn green, or a green candle we want to turn more green. Some scientists say 90% of the time, every time, it turns the candle around, or at least takes a chomp out of it. Thank you so much, Donald, for becoming a crab cadet. Thank you for becoming a channel member, Donald. Check out your new custom channel member emojis. And remember, channel members get access to the War Room member-only live streams here on YouTube. What happens in the War Room stays in the War Room. Clothing is not optional. And I did once again want to just shout out all the Diamond Claws members in the channel. All the Diamond Claws member in the chat right now. Who in chat has Diamond Claws?
Diamond Claws.
Yes, who's got them? The DXY jumped the same time silver drops. Let's see. So the jobs report, all those reports must have been favorable then. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So the report must have been good. Look at that. Look at that correlation. This is the US dollar. And it just jumped presumably on good news. And this is the silver price. And this is the gold price. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, probably short-term bearish, but we'll see what actually unfolds. And even with this big red candle, we're still up 3.5% on this trading session. Put that in your back pocket. So let's see what unfolds here. We are out of the danger zone. The job report something just came out. We'll see where this actually settles. Remember, it's just happening now, so we'll see where it actually settles. But what I can tell you is silver is currently $94.46 in Shanghai. $94.46. And let's see what's going on here with the news. Bloomberg's talking about China's big silver squeeze parasites. Whoa. So this is from Mark. China's silver market remains gripped by actual physical tightness, parasites persists. I said parasites. Even as international prices have steadied following extreme volatility. Investment, because I was thinking of the short sellers, guys. I was thinking parasites. Investment buying and a relentless industrial demand continue to drain available stockpiles, leaving domestic producers and traders unable to meet urgent backlogs. The record SHFE, Shanghai Futures Exchange, backwardation. Institutionals keep squeezing. Physical, so wow. So let's just retweet that out so you guys could read that. I'm Intl-Stacker on X, International When It Fit. The news is now on Bloomberg terminals. Shanghai Futures Exchange cut silver hedging without quotas to 0. Breaking silver prices to surge up over 6%. That was 2 hours ago. Just in. As of February 2026, Peru leads world and silver reserves with 140,000 tons. Wow. I like this account, the Will Insider. It puts out random information about everything. Okay, guys, it looks like the baby gator took a little bit of a chomp out of this candle. Let's see if it can keep chewing. Jobs report is out. Posting to your Twitter now, says Florida Man. Thank you. So let's see what you guys are tweeting at me. U.S. payroll rose by 130,000 in January, more than expected. Okay, so that air quote good news right there, guys, is what drove this big green candle here in the DXY. This is the U.S. dollar index, but look, a red candle. So we'll see where it settles. Here's silver, here's gold. So big red candles in correlation to the big green candle on the dollar. But again, the baby gator took a pretty big chomp out of that, and we're going to see if we're going to build a little spring aboard here to go back. And remember, the next big thing to happen is going to happen in 50 minutes or 54 minutes when the U.S. Stock Exchange opens. What's going to happen to gold and silver? It could be explosive, and we're going to find out here live. As Snowman here is saying, IS current bids for auction in Australia starting February 17th. So that's 6 days from now. These prices also attracted 22% buyer premium. Wow. Look at these prices. People want their silver, and they want it now. Did I like it? Thank you for that. Keith is saying Netanyahu's in the Oval Office to discuss war plan this morning. El Paso closes airspace and cancels flight for 10 days. Something is afoot. Well, yeah. This is one of the watch-outs we gave you guys this morning. Geopolitical tensions, U.S.-Iran, what's going on over there? Is war going to break out? Watch what happens to gold and silver if something happens there. Again, on this channel, I do not talk about politics, like for or against people or politicians or whatever, or parties. But I talk about how geopolitics affect gold and silver. We're silver and gold stackers. Let that bring us together as we prepare. Steve, thank you. Look at this. He posted a baby gator on top of, I think, his dog and a crab sitting on silver with a couple drinks. What's he saying? Let's see what he says.
Big green candle.
For Crab Nation.
Big green candle for Crab Nation. Wow. I'm going to put that out. And Cody on X is saying, International Stacker, I do also... Oh, I already read that. Okay, we'll go back here to the news. Thank you for sending me that jobs report article. We'll go back here. We're on a candle, green candle now. Baby Gator's doing its job. And Drone Buddha, thank you so much for the super sticker saying, wait for it. And guys, we are just 36 subscribers away from 63,300. That will trigger the next big show. And some say if you haven't seen a big show, you haven't lived. And that means we're only 80 likes away from 800. So please keep smashing it, tapping it, doing whatever you got to do. It helps a lot. SLV is trading. It's very hot right now, someone's saying. Let me check the mining stocks. 1 second. I'm bringing it up on my phone. 1 second here. Oh, the market's not open yet. I'm a dum-dum. We got 40 minutes left till the market opens. He's probably looking at some futures trading. If the COMEX is deferring March deliveries to later months, then March isn't going to be a huge hit as we thought it would. Well, Florida Man, they've shifted 4,000 contracts, not nearly enough. So we'll see if they can do it. They're going to fight back. You know they are, but there's still going to be deliveries this month. There's still going to be deliveries. They're not going to be able to roll all contracts. So let's see what it actually looks like and what happens. But for them to enact a force majeure, mandatory cash settlements for everybody, there needs to be some sort of big cataclysmic event, some big disaster, a war breaks out, something. So there might be some more tricks up their sleeves. And ladies and gentlemen, we're just 31 subscribers away from the big show. Not only do I live stream on markets around the, covering silver and gold, breaking news, all that, the action, but I literally live stream around the world. And it wasn't that long ago we were in Egypt at the Great Pyramids of Giza, and you all told me to get on a camel.
Take the camel, guys. Camel cam, guys. Eshesim here.
The name Daisy.
Daisy the camel, guys. There you go. Oh, wow, look at the 3 pyramids, guys.
I was actually live streaming on the Nile River when we got attacked by pirates live. If you guys want to see that video, it's 10 seconds. If you want to see the pirate attack live, put pirate in chat. Thank you so much, Andrew, for subscribing. We're now only 30 subscribers away from the next big show. And we're only 50 likes away from 800. I know we could do that. Thank you so much, Lance Shear, for subscribing. Look at this from Gold Silver HQ. The last 12 months. Silver miners up 200%. Gold miners up 168. Silver's up 161. Gold's up 74. S&P 14%. Bonds 4%. Bitcoin negative 31%. We haven't seen anything yet. You guys like that? Interesting stats here, but strangers on the internet told me I was dumb for buying silver. I want the shrug. The Happy Hawaiian, silver above the 150-hour EMA for the first time since the crash on January 30th. At this rate, we're mere hours from a "we're so back" tweet. I'll fix it. Who is ready? We will need intestinal fortitude for the way forward. Imagine gold reaches 10,000 and gold to silver ratio touches 10 to 1. And that's 1,000-ounce silver. That day will come, says DY Options. I'm not jumping on the $1,000 an ounce bandwagon yet. I'm focused on the near term. I'm focused on 150. Then I'm focused on 208. And then we'll see what happens after that. Again, not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet. This is a fun video a lot of you have sent me. This is a rancher, and he's talking about the cattle to silver ratio. Indian silver ETFs add 13 million ounces 10.76 increase in just January 2026. That's big news. I dented my Panda gold coin because I was in a hurry to take photos. I dropped it on my Silver Eagle, and Silver Eagle didn't get a scratch. Well, now it is personalized. That's funny. Look at those gold bars. Wow. Okay, let's go back here. International Stacker, listen to this.
We're the largest country in the Western Hemisphere south of us. Cut a trade deal with China. They're going to, from now on, do trade in their own currencies. Get right around the dollar.
Okay, this is Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, talking about how there's a country in South America that's going to do straight trading with China, circumventing our dollar.
A secondary economy in the world, totally independent of the United States. We won't have to talk about sanctions.
Yeah, so that's just a bunch of countries circumventing the U.S. dollar. Intestinal crabitude. I like that, Craig. That's funny. You're selling clothing options on the war rooms. I'll go short. No! Meister Stacker clothing in the war room is not optional. It's not optional. War Room's channel members only live stream here on YouTube. But Meister Stacker saying you're selling clothing options for the war room. I'll go short contract. No! I've learned more about silver market from you in 2 months than 20 years of watching Bloomberg. You're the bomb, says AG Farmer. Thank you, AG. I really do appreciate that sentiment. And guys, I appreciate you joining me on my journey around the world. Not only do we do this, but it wasn't that long ago, by popular demand, it wasn't that long ago that we were on the Nile River live and we got attacked by pirates.
Okay, this boat is coming like really close to us. Guys, it's gonna hit the boat. Oh, this is not good. Guys, it's a freaking pirate. Oh my gosh, what's happening? All right, guys, look for art. Does anyone see an RPG in there? Oh, he's selling things.
Okay, so it wasn't pirates. It was an industrious salesman selling some Egyptian textiles. You guys made me run down, get cash, Egyptian pounds. I dropped it overboard. You can go watch the full live stream. I made it in the boat. You told me I wouldn't. I got some Egyptian cotton. I gave it away to you guys and some silver. Actually, JT Coin Rings won some of that. You guys probably know him. He pops in from time to time. Someone says, Silver Pug says that they just wear sandals in the war room. Whoa. You better hope a moderator doesn't catch you, Silver Pug. Okay. Oh, David Carlisle saw that live in chat. He's an OGer. CPPC tech saying, have you seen the copper bar prices on JM Bullion? 1 pound is $1.59. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The premium on them is just insane. But go look what 1 pound of copper actually costs in the market. Joanne saying, did you see the video with Marco Rubio? I think that's the video I just watched. About going around our dollar?
Secondary economy in the world about sanctions in 5 years, because there'll be so many countries transacting in currencies other than the dollar that we won't.
Yeah, I did see that. And then here from Pat saying Congress just passed the $2.50 coin. Did they? Is there a $2.50 coin coming? Is that real? Is that real? I heard there's a $250 bill coming just for like the birthday celebration. Okay, we're watching here. And guys, we are just a mere 43 minutes from the stock market opening. That's going to be the next big shoe to fall here, so to speak. So the dollar had a big run up to 97.27 on good news about jobs reports. Then it immediately dropped to 96.92. Now it's moving sideways. Silver and gold had a big drop, then recovered, and now is moving sideways. So we'll see what happens when the stock market opens here. And guys, we are just 15 likes away from 800. Can we do it? Can we get there? And you're not going to believe it. We're only 25 subscribers away from 63,300. That, ladies and gentlemen, will trigger the big show. And you got to be subscribed for my giveaways. Whoops.
Mega!
That was the wrong scene. My mega giveaways, I give away gold and silver all the time to you guys. My next big one's going to be at 100,000 subscribers. Per AI will be there in just a couple months. Wow, we got Dan in chat saying hello from Yelena Gora. home city of Viola. Greetings from Poland.
What's the robot's name?
Viola.
Viola.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's different. Look at her work. That's Viola. And Daniel in chat lives in the same city as Viola. Okay, Florida Man Racer saying the U.S. House passed the bill for $2.50 coin. Not sure if it needs to go to the Senate or if the House can unilaterally apply that Wow. I'm going to have to look more into that. Thank you for that report. You guys heard it here first. Our correspondent, Florida Man Racer, on the ground, reporting live. Floyd Lawton saying, per Google, yes, a $2.50 coin is currently being planned to commemorate 250 years. So I wonder if the $2.50 coin and the $250 bill are only going to be temporary just for the birthday, then they go away. I wonder if they're going to stay. Is it temporary or long term? We could do a Blitzkrieg crab raid and then come back for the SE opening. We could, but I don't know if I have it in me. I'm going to keep this one going. Let's go back here. Boop. And guys, thank you so much. We're just 60 likes away from 900 is our next target. Thank you so much. Keep smashing, kicking, roundhouse kicking, do whatever you got to do. Gold and silver are on fire, said Silver Ape King. I'm trying to find you guys any late breaking news here. Okay, Eric Young saying there will be no automatic rollover for those guys from this point forward. They will have to be approved on a monthly basis. Consequently, hedged accounts from Shanghai Futures Exchange silver futures are now required to renew. So that's Eric Young. They're talking about Shanghai news we covered earlier. The DXY is falling back down. Silver's going to go back up a little bit, says Avon in chat. Yeah, look at this. It had a big pop on the news. It's definitely downtrending a bit here. Just a little bit. So we're going to keep watching that, guys. We've got 40 minutes left till the stock market opens. Are we going to go up or down? What do you guys think? Rubio said the dollar losing participants, therefore U.S. is losing ability to sanction countries. Yeah. Definitely whack cackle for sure. Like, if you were sitting back and watched what the United States did to Russia, I'm not saying it was wrong what they did to Russia, but if you're sitting back and you're a country, imagine you're a king or a queen. You got a country, okay, or a president, and then you see the U.S. like shut down all the money to Russia, suspend all their debt instruments, lock up all that cash. You're going to start to think, maybe they could do that to me if I make them mad, and maybe I should build a system outside of that. So that's what's happening. A bunch of countries, and I'm not saying it was wrong or anything, but what I'm saying is countries are going to watch the actions what the United States takes, and they're going to be like, maybe we should protect ourselves. So I think that's what we're seeing, and that's what Marco Rubio was talking about there. Let's check silver futures price, 84.14. We're back in backwardation. Remember, backwardation's when the silver futures price is cheaper than the current spot price, and that spells instability. People want their silver, and they want it now.
It's my silver, and I want it now.
That signals some tightness in the big bullion bank vaults. Okay. And Shanghai's taking a smackdown. Look at that. Wow. Why would the Shanghai Futures Exchange be reacting to the dollar? I've never really watched this Shanghai Futures Exchange's correlation to the US dollar. Interesting. We're going to keep watching that there. That's the Shanghai Futures Exchange. Currently trading at 92.57. It was just at a day high of 95.64. But silver on the COMEX is starting to push back, and we've got just 37 minutes away until the market opens. And guys, we are just 19 subscribers away from 63,300, the next big show. Keep subscribing if you want to see the big show. Thank you, Jackie Lopez, for subscribing. You are mega. And we are just 35 likes away from 900 now. Put your questions in chat. I'll be happy to answer them best I can. Make sure you put at International Stacker so it pops out for me. Florida Man Racer saying, my guess is the news on the dollar may also affect U.S. Treasury notes they own. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I've just never noticed a correlation between the Shanghai Futures Exchange and the DXY. But to be fair, I never really watched the Shanghai Futures Exchange until recent times, until this last year. When I started watching Shanghai, I think in October or November when the market was just going wild. Take a look at gold here. Gold's at 5,067. It hit a high overnight of 5,119. Gold to silver ratio is back at 60.06 to 1. Pete in chat saying, do you think the Shanghai Future Exchange is cracking down to take silver prices much higher and entice more arbitrage, moving metals from west to east? I think their cracking down is going to affect silver prices higher. I don't know if I would say they're doing that on purpose, but strategically, do the Chinese want to get every ounce of silver and gold they can in their country? Yes, I do believe that. J65C saying China owns more bonds than anyone. They can crush our... Yeah, they do own a lot of bonds. Them in Japan own a ton of bonds. They can crush our economy anytime they want. All they have to do is start dumping those bonds in the open market for pennies, in my opinion. No, that's totally true, Jay. J65 is totally accurate. China and Japan are our biggest bond holders. It's a dangerous place to be in, honestly. Silver Pug, did you hear what the vice president said concerning silver? I heard him say price floors for critical minerals. Is that what you're talking about, or did JD Vance say something about silver? Did he actually mention silver? Or is it critical minerals? Because critical minerals, yes, but silver, I've not. Is it specifically about silver? I think it was about the price floors. I feel like I've covered that ad nauseum on this channel, but yeah, so very quickly. Okay, I'll cover this quickly. So back on March 20th. That's not the right one. It's this one. Yes, that's it. Back on January 15, 2026, an executive order was issued by the president for critical mineral supply and global partnership. In that actual document, we saw them mention price floors for the first time for critical minerals. And then there was a critical minerals ministerial. All the folks from around the world, our allies, came together talking about critical minerals. And there, J.D. Vance gave a speech where he specifically mentioned price floors. But I've not heard him or Trump specifically mention silver. John in chat saying, International Stacker, stock market is detached from real world economy, just like paper price is detached from the physical metal market. Agree? To a point, what we had a lot of companies buying up, taking out giant loans and buying up their own stock and their own debt and different instruments and inflating their companies' worth way higher than it normally would be. We see a lot of zombie companies out there because they've taken out so much debt at low interest rates that are rolling over into high interest rates. So is it detached and manipulated in a sense? Yeah, I agree with that. Totally. But the level of manipulation you see on the metals markets, in my opinion, is a whole nother level. Let's go down here. Attila 2 logs. Do the charts suggest silver could actually soar to 1,000? That's what Silver Trade's saying. Well, let's look at this. Ah. So he's taking this one and replicating it here. Interesting. Okay, Rashad saying silver's negative divergence on RSI could be rectified with a rally towards 93 to 94 area this week. Looks like silver's on it today. Let's see. We are starting to turn around here again on silver after that big attack. That was corresponded really inversely with the DXY rise, but now it's starting to make ground back up. And the DXY is the dollar index, for those wondering. Okay, let's go back to here. 1,600 people on the stream. Thank you so much. We're 16 likes from 900. Can we do it? And we're only 15 subscribers away from 63,300. That will trigger a big show. And some say if you haven't seen a big show, you haven't lived. Yeah, silver is still in backwardation. 84.14. And we're currently at 84.76-ish. We are in backwardation. Thank you for that, Julene. See, that is the conundrum, because China does want the price of silver low because of all their industrial base and what they produce, but they also want the silver. You know what I mean? So they're kind of walking a fine line there of, oh, we need the price higher and we need to suck all the silver because we got this premium, but we do want it low because we got all this industrial need. We want to produce the stuff. But then from a strategic standpoint, the government's like, yeah, we want to produce stuff, but we want the silver and we want it now. Brent Rufus, International Stacker, entertainment only, some technical analysis just suggesting another pullback to the 60s, buying opportunity, be ready. I mean, if we had a pullback to the 60s, I would back the truck up. But again, if you go to my channel, click videos latest, and then you go to this one, silver shortage 2026, why physical prices will explode no matter what paper says. If it crashes down to 60, if it gets smashed down and attacked down to 60, you're not going to be able to buy physical for 60. We're just going to have a full-blown decoupling of the silver physical price from the paper market. But if it smashed to 60, certainly, I'd use that as a buying opportunity for sure. We do have two gaps here. Would be nice to fill. 81.86 to 80.81 and 78.52 to 78.17. Let's zoom out here. So let's change this. Let's just look at the daily chart where we're at. So that's what we look like on the daily chart. Let's look at the weekly. That's the weekly. Let's look at the monthly. Like when you look at these charts, it's like really puts things in perspective of how much of a bull market we are still in. Here's the monthly chart. We're in a green candle this month, guys. They're going to for sure try to make it red. Can they? Now this is the fun part where I got to scroll back. Boop. There we go. All right, we got some questions in chat building up. Let me see. Careful, it's not a dead cat bounce. Possible risk in stocks. All I can say is when you stack the physical gold and silver, guys, in my opinion, it takes a lot of the stress out of it because physical gold is for the mid to long term. So, like, I love the markets. I love watching the price. I love seeing this stuff grow in equity. But at the end of the day, if silver went to 1 cent an ounce or $10,000 an ounce, this is still 100 ounces in my hand. Zero counterparty risk when you hold it. It can't get margin called. It can't get liquidated. The company can't go out of business and you're done. Physical silver and gold holding it takes out a lot of the sketchiness, a lot of the nerves on these market swings, in my opinion. Do you guys agree with me? We got Next Exit saying, hoping silver goes back down under 25 an ounce. Dude, I would have loved for silver to stay under 20 for longer. I was not done yet stacking yet. Why do premiums replace the spot price so often? Because it's the true price discovery. When you're talking about free market and true price discovery, the price of silver's been suppressed for over 50 years, really. And what we'll see in the physical market is just true price discovery when coin shops and all these bullion dealers are like, we just paid $70, $80, $90 an ounce for all this silver. We can't sell it and take a $40 bath. It's true price discovery. What Vance spoke of was price floors under critical minerals, of which, yeah. No, Whack Cackle. No, I'm with you. I get that. We covered that heavily the day it happened. Price floors, yes. Critical minerals, yes. Silver is one of them. Uranium got added, and copper as well. In my opinion, I've spoke a lot about price floors, and again, not saying like I support that or support like what people see as meddling with the free market system, but also too, you've got countries strategically dumping things to destroy other countries' markets. So price floors would be pretty bullish for silver, in my opinion. We'll see if it actually happens. Remember, 70% of the world's silver gets refined in China. In the United States, we send a lot of our stuff overseas to China and get it back because it's cheaper. So if you actually put a price floor in place for silver, all of a sudden companies would be like, hey, I could build a refinery and not go bankrupt if I'm guaranteed silver at, say, $100 an ounce minimum. I could build a smelter and not go bankrupt. I could do these mines and not go bankrupt. So it's bullish for making infrastructure here in the United States. $60 spot with 30 premiums. Yeah, Aaron, you can see that. The law of diminishing returns does not apply to real stackers, says Variable. Yeah, for sure. Because you got the physical in your hand. Guys, this stuff has literally been money for thousands of years. Look at these silver Roman denarius. Look at these gold and silver electrum bars from Japan. Look at this silver bar from Japan. This stuff has been money for thousands of years. Brent says, I've been telling my friends and family to buy silver for 10 years. Cost average a little every month or two. They didn't, but now they're calling me to talk about it. Yeah. So funny, Brent. Yeah, but here's where we're at. I believe we're still here in early adopters. FOMO doesn't kick up to here, fear of missing out, and unobtainium is more over here. I believe we still got time. The train is definitely leaving the station, but if you run quick enough, you can jump on it. Not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs. Dining sets made of fiat stacks. Ooh, Whack Crackles talking about silverware. Nice. If you guys have questions for me, please, when you put them in chat, put at International Stacker, all one word. It glows it orange for me. Then I see I have a question. It makes it easier for me to answer it for you guys. Do you think the recent talks between Canada and China is the reason for sold out maples and dealers compared to eagles? Is the Canadian silver being cornered to take the silver eagle and premium? No, I don't think so, Ghost. I think it's just demand. A lot of mints everywhere are running out. Perth mints out of a lot of their silver items. I think it's just demand driving that. I don't think it's anything specific to talks with China. Forgive me for my ignorance, but what's the importance of dropping down to fill the gap, says John Rodriguez. So that is just technical analysis 101. Anytime there's a gap, so for those who don't know what a gap is, when there's instability in a market, you can have stuff happen after hours that drives a bull sentiment immediately, a lot of instability. You get this in the chart. So you see how there's candles here? Red, green, 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 red, green. Like, there's always a candle. There's always a candle, but right here, there's not. So that's what's called a gap. And in technical analysis, what you're taught is just every gap must be filled. The scientific reason behind that, I don't know that. But every gap must be filled. But really, it ends up working out to be 95% of the time. So there is a small chance we go higher and then never come down and fill this gap. It's unlikely, but it's possible. I think there's still a bunch of gaps in Tesla that never got filled on its way up. So it's just a tentative technical analysis that all gaps must be filled. Or else. If anyone in chat has the technical answer for that, please put it in. I'll cover it. What's your personal opinion the price will be by Christmas this year? What's your personal opinion the price will be? Andy, I'm still working on that. I've got to see a little bit more. In 2025, my target was $50 silver and $4,000 gold. People told me I was crazy. I was saying it before it was cool. Then, obviously, I wasn't crazy enough because October we blew by that. So in October, I revised it to $75 silver, $5,000 gold. I said if we broke 75, I believed we'd do triple digits the first quarter 2026. December 26, 2025, the Christmas rally miracle. We broke $75 an ounce for the first time live on this channel. And then once we hit the first of the year, I revised it. I said we would break $100 an ounce by the end of January. We did that. Where am I at right now? I'm still formulating, guys. I don't like to just say things. I put things together. I back it with actual evidence. A lot of my videos here, if you watch them, it's full of evidence and charts and data. So I'm still working on that. But I think 150 is the next stop. I do. I think 150-ish is the next stop. Not a financial advisor, just some guy on the internet with crabs, and I got to sneeze. Whoa, that's 3. That's 4. That's 5. Dear Lord. 5 sneezes in a row. That is a stream record. Whoa. What's stopping China from pulling all USA gold standard scenario once they accumulate enough? There's nothing stopping them. And many think that's what's happening. Many people think that's what's happening with the gold back yuan. So that might be happening as we speak. There's nothing stopping them. And the U.S. is nervous about that, as they should be. Where do you find the best deals buying silver? Probably right now, I would say the best deals you'll find silver is either at coin shows or local coin shops. I would just visit coin shops around you, walk in, get a lay of the land, see the deals. Also, too, buying from other stackers or other people that are trying to sell. That's great. You could get it probably at spot price for good premium stuff. What's it to you? Thank you for being a channel member. Remember, channel members get access to the channel member only live streams in the war room. What happens in the war room stays in the war room. Clothing is not optional. He's saying, I won $1,000 in Super Bowl pools. Nice. Or pools. It's going into silver. Congratulations. What's it to you? That's awesome. Florida Man Racer, I see a particular shape on the chart. Could it be the DTB? Well, let's see here. Let's check. Let's check gold. No, not gold. Let's check Shanghai. No, not Shanghai. The dollar. No, not the dollar. Ladies and gentlemen, it is close. It is close to a formation that I only say the initials of the stream. I dare not say the whole name. And if I say the whole name, I only say it on low breath. The DTB Devil's Teabag. So we'll see what happens here. Thank you for all the bless yous. That was the sneeze of a century. I think I sneezed out about 14% of my soul on that one. Top foreign holders of U.S. debt. From Pat. Thank you, Pat. Japan, 1.2 trillion. UK, 888 billion. China, 682 billion. I did not realize the UK had more than China. Interesting. China is down from 1.3 trillion as of 2025. Okay, so China was the first. Wow. So they've been shedding. Thank you for that, Pat. It would be epic for a squeeze to occur on Friday the 13th. Guys, do you think the big bankers have a plan for something special for us on Friday the 13th? That's a couple days from now. John says, as a prepper, I was just collecting silver for barter. Then I heard your show and I said, there's something to this that I want to know now. Or that I want to know. Thank you, John. I'm glad you found the show. Guys, make sure you all subscribe. We're only 11 subscribers away from 63,300. That will trigger the big show. If you haven't seen the big show, some say you haven't lived. And we're only 54 likes away from 1,000 likes. Can we do that here? Keep smashing it. I appreciate the support. Okay, let's keep going down here. Okay, Iron Maker saying, don't worry, brother. We love adding some physical to the stack during the tamping downs whilst the vaults are getting drained. Yeah, big time. We know their game, so you know what to do. I think I was responding to... Oh, yeah, that. Yeah. Thank you, Iron. Variable saying, yes, the U.S. may be striking cartels in Mexico. Wow. Listen to this. We just listened to this a little bit earlier, but yeah, a lot of countries are trying to circumvent, go around the U.S. dollar hegemony. Okay, we got that. So here's Jeffrey Christian. Let's look at who this is. Silver Stacker, physical first. Okay, so let's see what his opinion is. He's saying there's a lot of talk about silver that will be slammed when Shanghai exchanges offline for Chinese New Year. Remember, it's going to be offline from February 16th to 23rd. So I have collected loss gain data for the last 10 years. History is not indicative of future results, but the average over the last 10 years is 0.876% increase. Wow. Yeah, so that's interesting to see the historical precedent there, but we've never been in a situation like this in history. So it's definitely not indicative, but it's interesting. I agree. Not indicative. I'll fix it. But still interesting. What will happen next week? Friday. Oh my gosh. Friday the 13th this week. Guys, I can't type. There we go. And that was an interesting post there. I like that one. Let's go back here. We got some questions in chat. Ken saying, if banks are hoarding metals, why wouldn't they want the price to go up and increase their value? Central banks are hoarding the metals, and they want the price for as low as possible so they can stack and stack more. It's a race. It's a race right now. All the central banks around the world are stacking gold, and some are stacking silver. So they want those prices as low as possible to stack as much as they can, especially for strategic stockpiles. Remember, the U.S. had a strategic stockpile in the 80s. Evidently, we do have a stockpile for our military because Secretary Lutnick of the Commerce just, I think, leaked that by mistake on an interview. But they're now building a new strategic stockpile here for businesses. But we had one. We sold it off here in the United States in the 80s. So countries want to stockpile the stuff, and they want it as cheap as possible. Opinion from Andrew in chat saying, opinion, no change to the prices if U.S.-Iran conflict starts. I disagree. If a conflict starts, I think it will go up. I think it will put upward pressure on silver and gold as it traditionally does. But it depends. If it's just a missile, like a missile strike, maybe not. But if something larger breaks out, I think it will definitely put bullish pressure on silver and gold. But you could be right. And something tells me we may find out. So, Andrew, you may be right. If the open interest change is 4,000 plus daily, wouldn't that roll all the way over? Wouldn't that roll them over by 27th Feb? Well, 4,000 plus 4,000 contracts have been rolled over from March to May is what the reporting is. So 4,000 contracts were rolled over, but there's still a ton of contracts open. And the closing date is the February 27th. And so far, February, we've had nearly 100% delivery on silver contracts. So there's a lot of instability, Ali. We'll see what happens here. Thank you so much, Becky Leonard, for that super chat. You are Megan. Thank you so much for being a channel member. I really appreciate it. If the open interest changes for... Oh, I just answered that. Okay. What's it, Tia saying... Chat keeps getting screwed up when upcoming weeks, Chinese New Year, delivery month, etc. Best for expected spot price dip. Maybe. We'll see. I do think COMEX is going to try to attack it. But again, they can only attack it so much with this price in Shanghai being in the 90s, 93.50. They can only attack it so much. If they attack it too much, there's too much of a spread. There's too much of a premium from the spot price in China. And here, look, we're back up to an $8 premium right now. If that's too big, you're going to have physical silver draining the West and going to the East. And that's something where the government might step in and stop, honestly. How many stackers are preppers, says Meister Stacker. Is it Meister? Meister. Yeah, Meister. Probably a lot. I prepare. I have a deal with My Patriot Supply. Go to preparewithis.com. Get yourself emergency food. Freeze dried. It's good for 25 years. Put it in a closet. Forget about it. Hopefully you never need it. Could save you and your family. Professionally, that's my day job. I help countries prepare for, respond to, and recover from disasters, states, cities. So I think a lot of people who stack are probably into preparedness. Now, how many are like hardcore preppers or just prepare? There's probably a spectrum there. Okay, we're at 85.24 on silver. Building back up. Overnight, we're up to 86.33. So we had some downward pressure when we had this big jump up here in the DXY. This is the dollar index that jumped, I think, on probably the good news from those reports that came out. But silver's clawing its way back. And so is gold. So I'm going to throw the DXY down here. I'm going to throw gold back over here where it belongs. Gold to silver ratio. Perfect. Gold to silver ratio is back into 59s. Back in the 50s, 59.46. Did you feel that 5.0 magnitude earthquake that hit Cuba? I did not, in Daystar. What time of day did that hit? Looks like the DTB to me, says Florida Man Racer. Channel members, what do you think? Is this the DTB? Let me know, channel members. You work for the CIA, don't you? That would be fun. That would be fun. But no, I do not. I'm just a guy on the internet with crabs. Okay, let's go back here and check the news. Breaking huge. Whoa. Oh, we did cover this earlier this morning. But if you're just joining this was breaking news this morning. Silver Trade is saying the Shanghai Futures Exchange cuts silver hedging without quotas to 0. Naked shorts. No more naked shorts in the Shanghai Futures Exchange. And as soon as that happened, look what happened overnight. Look at that big green. That big green pressure there. And a gap up. And I'm sorry I said, let me put this up here. The high, as soon as we gapped it this morning on Shanghai, got to 95.62. Look at that. And it's starting to build back up here. Another 4 million ounces of silver left the COMEX yesterday, which makes 12 million over just the past 4 days. Oh, that's old news, because yesterday was 800,000. Manifesting silver to reclaim 88 today, says Echo X. He's manifesting it. Gold to silver ratio, 30-minute chart, breakdown in progress. Gold to silver ratio breakdown's a good thing, because that means silver's going up, or gold's dropping. Silver has replaced or surpassed all of its silver parabolic melt-up moves, except the one that ended the bull era back in 1980. But again, this is nothing like 1980, nothing like 2011. I think you guys know my opinion on that. I've covered the proof, the evidence ad nauseum, the fundamentals. They have not changed. I laugh when people compare this to 2011 and 1980, honestly. Okay. Thank you, Drone, for that super sticker. Really appreciate it. Thank you for being a member, too. Look at this. The planets align on February 28th. But will... Wait. The planets align on February 28th, but will the crabs? The planets are going to align on February 28th. Maybe that's how they do force majeure, guys. The planets align and an alien spaceship lands. Maybe that's how they do it. We make contact finally. Wow, guys. We are at, thank you so much. We're at 63,295 subscribers. We're only 5 subscribers away from the next big show at 63,300. Who's going to be the next 5 subscribers? The next 5 subscribers will get good luck for 10 years. It's science. The same scientists that also researched the baby gator call. And we are just 4 likes away from 1,000. I know we can do that. Keep smashing. I really appreciate you guys all support. We've been live here for 1 hour and 46 minutes. And guys, we are just 6.5 minutes away from the U.S. stock market opening. I'm expecting it to be a little volatile here. We could see some explosive moves in just the next 6.5 minutes here. How many other members were born in July under the sign of the crab? Whoa. How many people in chat are from channel members? We did it. I'm going to refresh this. If this goes to 63.3, it's time for the big show. 63,300. Thank you so much. It's time
To the 4th annual
for
Crystal
the
Light
big
National Aerobic
show.
Championship, featuring regional finalists from all across the United States, competing for the title
Four-time
of America's Best Aerobic Athlete. Presenting the reigning 1987
Four-time
Crystal Light National Aerobic Champions.
Introducing the 4-time Crystal Light champion, International Stacker.
Thank you so much. The name's International Stacker, coming to you live from Key West, Florida, where I'm closer to Cuba than a Walmart. Over 1,900 videos around the world on gold and silver adventures. Guys, we've been running this channel for 9 years with y'all, traveling the world. In today's adventure, we're watching silver and gold fight against the big banking cartel and breaking free of 50-plus years of manipulation, a 45-plus year cup and handle. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. Buckle up. We are just 5 minutes from the New York Stock Exchange opening. That's going to be the next big catalyst here on the silver and gold market. Let's see what happens. Who in chat has been here this entire stream? If you've been here this entire stream, put entire stream in chat. I want to see how many people have been here the entire 1 hour and 48 minutes with me. Who's been here the entire stream? Let's see. Whew. Look at all those entire streams. You guys are legends. Legends. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much. Okay, James, he's a good one to follow on X. He's pretty well known. Ooh, you're Crabicorn. Dude is Crabicorn. I like that. China's Shanghai Futures Exchange adds 18.7 tons of silver. Huh. Where did Shanghai just get 18.7 tons of silver from? That's interesting. Where did all that come from? Why don't you leverage trade mad money? I don't, guys, not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs. For the love of God, do not get leveraged. The big bankers will destroy you in 15 seconds and destroy your bloodline and sleep fine at night. Do not stack with beyond your means. Do not go into debt with silver that you have to immediately flip within a couple months or you're in trouble. It's meant to be a mid and long-term hold. And boy, oh boy, is it paying off. It's paying off big time. Also, 1908-2011, the geography of metals market didn't include as many countries, exchanges. Good point, Whack. Whack, Rackle, good point. Florida Man Racer said they have silver stacked in places that can't be mentioned on the PG stream. Oh, my gosh. Okay, here we go. We're just 3 minutes away from market open. I got to change the song. I need a song that's going to pump me up. No. That's a good one. 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from the New York Stock Exchange opening here. We're going to see what happens live. Someone says Bitcoin is getting destroyed. I saw it down to 66,000 this morning. Ooh. Okay. Nice. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just doing a little bit of research for us. It's going to be something fun, I assure you. Okay, do you think silver shortages affect RAM shortages? The Soul Keeper. Oh, guys, the Soul Keeper. The Soul Keeper made this scene here.
Dudley spent a fallen hard with one arm.
Big bankers.
Oh, no, he's not. Major choke slam.
That was a Soul Keeper. That was a Soul Keeper. Silver shortages affect RAM shortages. Are you talking about random access memory? Soul Keeper, are you talking about RAM for computers? Is that what you're talking about? Breaking news, breaking news. I got a live feed right now from the COMEX. I'm piping it in. Poor Mortimer. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, it could. It definitely contains it. I'd have to ponder that question a little bit more in my head. 30-second warning. 30-second warning. And as a matter of fact, because of all the price action today, I'm issuing a danger zone alert. We are just 20 seconds away from the U.S. stock market opening. This could be a huge catalyst here. A huge market mover. What's going to happen? Let me pull up the mining stocks on my phone so I can see live what's happening with mining stocks. 3, 2, 1, and it's open. Okay, I'm bringing up the mining stocks on my phone. Okay, mining stocks are up 2.71% right now. Wow. Up 2.71%. That's just my portfolio of mining stocks. 2.71%. Just on the open. Okay. So breaking, the Kobayashi letter saying the U.S. economy added 130,000 jobs in January, crushing expectations of 55. Unemployment rate fell to 4.3%, below expectations of 4.4. Guys, that's why we saw the dollar index pop so high. Look at that. Boop. That's why we saw that. The Fed pause will continue. This is a Kobayashi letter. I'll put that out there. Know what you're stacking, says the Silver Lion. Okay, here's the situation. Yeah, there's all kinds of fake silver bars, Whack, Crackle. Remember, China makes fakes. China makes the best fakes. Where are they? I don't know where I put them. China makes the best fakes out there. They've made them for years and years and years. So I'm not shocked to see they're trying to cheat people. That's why you got to buy from trusted sources. Okay, here's the situation. I've got to edit some videos for you guys, so we're going to do something called a crab raid. And what the crab raid is here on this channel, we find a small creator, which I found. And what we do is we go there, and we put in chat, this is a crab. I put it, this is a crab raid. You guys just fill it with a bunch of crabs. I don't ask you guys to subscribe normally, unless it's a major milestone. That's your decision. But please at least smash the like. This helps smaller creators out big time. I would have killed to get crab rated when I was a brand new channel, so it really helps new channels. That's the whole goal here. So I'm going to put the redirect here. The next time I'll be live, I may be live again later today. We'll see what the market does. So more to come on that. But I will surely be alive at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. I will be live. So thank you, everybody, so much. I'm going to end the stream. It's going to automatically take you there. It's time for a crab raid, and I'll say CYOTNO. Catch you on the next one.